So, I accidentally made a mistake with the game between the last one and this one. I played this game called Wheelie, and I somehow mistook it for this mountain racing game. I have no idea how I did that, but anyway, Wheelie isn't a Yash Future Tech game, and it's actually a charming little affair, and I'd actually recommend it. Anyway, it's not a YFT game, so it gets left out the marathon. It doesn't deserve to be here. It's competent, and therefore, it should be held up on its own merits and judged fairly on such merits. Anyway, here's my next game. Extreme Formula Championship. So I started this one to the nice surprise that you can move the camera around in the opening menu, because this is Call of Duty Black Ops now.
At least I can headbang to the kick-ass music now.
So as soon as you start, you're dumped in this shittily made warehouse starting area, where the cars are brought to you. It's nice that they made the effort, but it looks like a grated dick, forces you to wait several seconds, and almost immediately loses its charm. Oh, and the animation repeats every time you select a car. Because that's good, making you wait a whole 3 seconds arbitrarily as you cycle from car to car.
You know, I'll give this game credit. Its music actually doesn't rape my ears. Which, as far as a YFT game goes, that's leaps and bounds over anything else they've made.
All of the cars are reskins of each other, and there aren't any stats or anything. It almost seems pointless to have multiple models. In fact, no, it is basically pointless. The fact that there's build-up between the shitty recolors perplexes me. Why is one of the cars named Sean? You can select tracks, so I went for Atari ET with his massive dong out because why not?
That one looks like ET from the Atari game with his knob out, so I'm gonna go for that.
Yep, this is what we're dealing with, people. Wheels don't move, everything looks like it's made of wax, or was squirted out of an anus, and somehow, the physics are the most broken of any games that YFT have made. And the driving mechanics.
What the fuck? No. And look how slow the other cars are going. I'm not even good at these kinds of games. I actually want to know how that's possible. How do you fuck up this bad when you've made 3 games? At the very, very least. I've gone through the floor. I absolutely refuse to accept that I've gone through the floor again. Tell me there's like a I fucked up, please help me button.
I realise I've done this twice, but my initial reaction and long-term reaction are almost identical at this point. What in fuck's name can you even say in response to this travesty? I bounced off of a wall and fell through the fucking floor. This isn't even the only race where I had to abandon, by the way. I'd say that I'd had to do that with the vast majority of these fucking things.
There's language options in a game that any fucking chimp on the planet could understand without any language options. I think I'm gonna be sick looking at that. What is it? Looks like a fucking weed farm. Oh, it's just skid off the track. This, well, on the plus side, Midas Interactive, we found a racing game that's somehow worse than Golden Age Racing. So well done on that front. It was also made well over 10 years after Golden Age of Racing, and it's worse than any other racing game I've ever played in my life. Formula 1 is such an easy concept. I don't know how you could fuck it up this bad.
This game does have a fail state, though I don't understand how or why it happened. I also can't help but wonder why it has an ellipsis, a full stop, and then 3 exclamation marks. None of that's right or even necessary. This game is so bad that my recording software just kept cutting off, and the game kept stopping every now and then, for one reason or another. I would chalk it up to it being a bad recording, but from my experience, bad recordings never look like this. They look like my initial Hunt Down the Freeman recording, which is just no sound, screen tearing, garbled audio everywhere. It's just a mess. This is too comprehensible for it to be a bad recording. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm blaming this piece of shit game, unless someone else can come along and disprove me. This thing somehow has pop-in, and 20-year-old graphics. However the fuck that's possible. Oh, and you can't go a single minute without some element of this game fucking up on you.
Look at that. The layers aren't even done properly. They come through the barrier. You see, I was kind of amused before, but this one, I don't find it funny anymore.
I mean, it gets to a point where you see things like this winning screen, and you don't even register it. Because it's fucking wank all over, so what does this one thing add to the pile? Why did they have phosphorus mountains in the background?
Oh, and by the way, the animation in the car showroom seemingly broke 15 minutes in. That's good.
Due to this game's music managing to give me a headache, regardless, combined with the dodgy ass skipping and shit, I actually started feeling a little bit ill towards the end. This is literally the first time this has happened whilst playing a game for this show. But I actually was worried that I'd have some sort of stroke at one point.
Again, I'm going to keep blaming this game for almost every problem until I find some evidence that it's me. You know, at this rate, I'd blame it for the Hindenburg disaster. Fucking game. Fucking drop dead playing this shit. Because of the poison from my Fallout 76 helmet. Oh, there we go. I'm driving into space. There are skid marks on the air. No, fuck this.
So, to conclude, this thing is a nightmare that I wouldn't inflict on anybody who I didn't want to suffer, and I hope that there is a hell in which it can burn. Alright, next game.